All right, everybody, welcome back to the ABJ, to ABJ's podcast. I'm not really calling it the ABJ podcast, but it is. It's me, it's ABJ, and it's a podcast. It's long-form content again. I know some of you are like, man, I miss Tornado Tag, and I miss Truth Behind Illusion, and Banging Beers, and I'm making versions of that content, Nightclub in high school, all that stuff. But I'm switching it up a little bit. It's hard to market multiple brands at one time, but still stay true and grow, and because it's frustrating and it's very hard. So we're going to dive into a podcast topic that I really want to talk about with you guys, which is going to be the pretty much episode 1 of the rebrand, and it's going to be times I almost quit but didn't yet. So yeah, let's get straight into it. What's going on, everybody? I'm ABJ, host of this podcast and this conversation. I'm a content creator from Pennsylvania, Northeast Pennsylvania. I do a lot of cool stuff on the local wrestling scene. I've been podcasting now for about 7, 8, 9-ish years. I don't remember the actual time frame, but yeah, I've been doing this for a minute, talking with friends, having friends sit down with me, growing this brand, putting so much into it, and sometimes having little to no growth, but also having really good moments. But if you guys want to support this podcast, links and stuff are below. I am working on ways to doing things. We do have memberships on YouTube. If you want to see episodes before everyone else, it's all available. You can check out the ABJ Gaming, ABJ, which is like me gaming and doing stuff like that. ABJ On Air, which is live streaming wrestling and sports shows. You can check out ABJ In My Life, which is like my video vlog, where I kind of bring the camera around with me and record on the go and do fun things. And then the podcast, the ABJ experience, I guess you would say here. And then I post some of my stuff I do at pro wrestling with my backstage interviews and commentary and stuff like that. Yeah, so let's have some fun here and let's get into this. Times I almost quit but didn't. Oh, sorry, one more thing. Merchandise pages are available too at Fourth Wall. The link is in my link tree as well. A very, very cool website. I do have t-shirts, hats, patches, stickers. There is a Colt track jacket you guys can check out, as well as a like a cult candle, so you can join the cult of ABJ. The branding of the cult of ABJ, I know people hear it and go, what the hell's wrong with you? Why are you saying you're a cult leader and all that stuff? It's tongue-in-cheek. It's fun. I do like dark, occulty, devilish. I don't believe really in any of that. I generally don't, but it's just fun. I like horror movies. I like dark stuff. I think it's appealing to me. I've always kind of leaned into that or liked that. So it's more of a fun tongue-in-cheek branding, and it kind of tells people right away if they're going to judge me, if they're probably part of my tribe or not, because I don't want judgment. I want people to be open-minded to each other and accept each other for who they are and grow with each other and find common interests, whether it's pro wrestling, pop culture, horror, beer, anything like that. I try to base myself in genuine honesty and not doing gimmicks or not doing like the typical a social media person. I try to stay completely authentic to myself, which I think is also a thing we'll be diving into soon here. So there were a few moments where I was this close to quitting everything, but honestly, a part of me wishes I did, but I didn't. Nobody talks about the moments where you almost walk away from everything you built. I had a few of those in my time, and I'll kind of give you a few of those for example. So when I first started, I sold all of my personal belongings, like personal collectibles and things I really liked and enjoyed and collected over the years, to buy my first set and early idea of what my podcast was. And I was like, man, I want to do this. And I did it because I interviewed my gram, and I wanted to interview more people and capture people's stories, because I thought generally people would be into that. I thought it would be an idea where people are like, man, this is super cool and real, and it would bring not so much that negative style of the internet. It would bring a new way of people understanding one another and learning about each other instead of quickly judging them and shutting them down. And the stuff I say here isn't trash talking people. I'm just telling my story. And if this is the person, I don't have any beef or ill will towards anyone. I'm not going to say names. Sometimes I will, sometimes I won't. But yeah, so just kind of put that out there because sometimes people get salty. But yeah, a lot of it just really comes down to every single time I've brought other people in, or I've had people a part of it. Like very early on, I had a group of people I was going to do podcasting with, and I kind of made a decision where I was going to choose the podcast, and I was going to go 10 toes down and really do this and really create and dive into it and really do what I wanted. And because it was my dreams, it was my goals, it was what I wanted to do. And early on, people were like, hey, I'll be over at this time to record. I can't do it today. I'm tomorrow, this, that. And they just kept prolonging because it wasn't their thing. They just wanted to be a part of it, but it wasn't what they wanted. And there's nothing wrong with that. I don't hate them. I don't knock them for that. But I couldn't wait anymore. And I moved on. I was like, man, I want to go to like this show and I want to review it and I want to talk about it and I want to dive into these different avenues and talk about things, and I can't keep waiting. So I moved on without them, and it caused turmoil. I lost friendships. I've lost family. I've lost relationships. I've lost a lot sticking to what I want to do and chasing this. I put a lot into it and I'm very particular about my brand and about what I do and how it looks and how it sounds and the direction. And sometimes when you try to bring in everyone to do this with you, your visions clash and your priorities clash, and it caused conflict because I was not, and I'm still not perfect, but I'm definitely not easy sometimes to work with because I definitely have a direction. I've invested all of my money, time, and effort into this, and when somebody comes in and like, well, I want to do this, this, and this, and it's just kind of like, no, I'm kind of steering the ship. I just want you to kind of be a passenger and come hang out. Like, I kind of have a vision of why you're here, and I want you to just kind of be that thing. And that's not fun to either people either because they're kind of locked into a box of that, and they don't have that creativeness. And I had to learn that as well, of just kind of letting people do them and grow. So yeah, I've had a huge team around me, and I'm very appreciative of everyone who sat at my table and everyone who has been a part of my team and have grown with me. And I don't hate you. I don't dislike you. I don't have any ill feelings towards you. I will take responsibility for most of it. I know I'm not easy to deal with, but like I said, man, I was taking time away from my wife at the time. I was taking time away from my friends, my family, things that I wanted to do and things I wanted to grow on. And yeah, it was very difficult and it was a sacrifice. And when I seen other people weren't a part of it, I just had to get to a point where I was like, I can't keep holding the weight up for everybody. If they're not in, they can't be in, and if they want to be here, they want to be here. But I had to find that direction. So that was a huge time for me throughout the early journeys of growing. While I wanted to do this podcast with a team, and I wasn't making me the brand. I wasn't ABJ. I wasn't the Anthony Blackwell Show. It wasn't me. It was Interviews with Everyday People. It was Tornado Tag. It was Bangin' Beers. It was a name. It was a brand, and it wasn't so much me as the person. I considered it all of our projects. But at the end of the day, they'd seen it was my thing and my responsibility. And all right, trying to record this, and every time I'm recording, everybody and their fucking brother want to contact me and talk to me, especially in this household. It's just very difficult. I'm trying to get a vibe, and I'm trying to get like vulnerable, and when you don't have privacy, it's very difficult. Yes. All right. So, I honestly don't remember where I was. Yeah. So 3, 2, 1. Yeah, so that was a big challenge, was trying to incorporate friends, family, and loved ones into my brand and into my content, and just having different views and opinions and time and scheduling to try to make things work, and also to grow that brand and take pride in that brand and want to promote and push and be a part of it. If I feel like, and this is not just a knock on the people who are here, but this is in general, I think when people, when they see something successful, everybody wants to be a part of it. They want to grow. Oh, this is getting a lot of attention. I'm in. I want to do that. But when you're in the early stages, man, you're grinding and you're not getting big views, or you don't have that clout that people care about, man. Like, they don't give a shit. They're just not going to support you. They're not going to be there, and it's going to be a lot harder to grow. And that's another challenge I have, is just years of consistency. I just been, even at the lowest times where I was like not eating and I had no money for food or to pay a bill or to do anything, I still found a way to keep the editing software alive, the software to make thumbnails, the software to stream using other people's software, of just finding ways to barter and make collaborations where it's like, hey, let's do this so I can at least stay afloat. And like making these sacrifices, or just like being at the mercy of other people so that I can make a couple bucks to try to at least keep it afloat and not quit. And to do all that, and to grind and push and still teach myself how to edit and video edit and audio edit, and learning the behind the scenes aspect of this podcast, because I can't afford someone to do it for me. So like, I'm a one-man band. Like I wasn't tech savvy. I don't know how to video edit. I don't know how to sync things. I don't know how to make thumbnails. I don't know the ins and outs of social media. I just post, and I hope people genuinely see the art, and they see the grind, and they see the passion. And you put all of that in, and you're consistent. They're like, just be consistent. People will find you. People will find you. And I tried to grow within my local community, and it just, nobody gave a shit. You know what I mean? Like, I work with local business. I work with other creators or artists or musicians, and everyone's kind of on their own path and their own level, and they care about them, and they're not going to put you over. And once again, I'm not angry or bitter or upset. I was for a long time, but it's just like, that's their journey, and not everyone has the same vision of you of growing together, and not everyone's going to be like, let's do this and I support you like you support me, and it's just not how things work. So that was another thing too, is like, why am I even doing this? Why am I making podcasts and interviewing people and so passionate about their stories and their art and what they do and how they grow, when I'm not even like on their radar of like someone who's trying to give them a showcase or a platform. And that was frustrating. And that almost made me quit a couple times, of just like, is this what I want to do? Do I want to keep investing in everyone and not myself? Do I want to keep doing this? Because every time I leaned into just me, and I would talk to people, and I would go out and meet people, and I would just have a genuine conversation, it was fine, and people liked it. And then, but the second I was like, oh, I do a podcast, and it's called this, and then it's called this, and then this one's called this, and this one's called this, I can audibly see people shut off in front of me. Like, I'm very good at reading people and talking to people and having that vibe with people where it's like, I can see like a flow. It's like a chess match, or it's like tennis or badminton or whatever you play, where like you serve and it comes back, and then you serve and then you hit, and then it just back and back and back and back. And there's an art form to it. And how I grew up playing sports and soccer and basketball and football, like I've kind of assimilated that to a conversation. And when there's levels where I say something or do something, and I can read them of being like, oh, that just turned them off. That was a shutdown moment. And a lot of that every time I said like, here's my brands and here's what I do, and then you have to go to this page and go to this page, and I was like, this ain't gonna work. Like, I have to adjust. I have to make me the brand. I have to believe in myself, because if you don't believe in yourself, no one else is going to. And the second I went against my judgment of making me the brand, and listening to people like Alex Watt and people were like, yo, you are the brand, not anyone else, not the people you're bringing up. It's cool, you can still do stuff with people here and there, but you need to lean into you. You need to talk and tell people about you, and have these conversations that we have here. And then when you're on camera, you're not just pushing over the team or the brand or the thing you're talking about. Like, add the elements of you to it. And that's what I'm trying to do right now, even with this podcast, is bring you me. And even if people don't like it, like, this is super therapeutic for me just to talk and get it out there. And even like earlier when I'm being interrupted every 5 seconds, I'm getting frustrated, but that's just part of it, right? Like, that's just the deal. And I have to just not take things so personal and just kind of do me. Another big thing that struggled with me was money coming in, but not going out, going out, but not coming in. And I'm still there. I'm still investing a lot of time and effort and money to create content, and there's not much return on investment. The memberships aren't there. The t-shirts don't sell. The merchandise is there. And sometimes every now and then when they do sell, it does come at a time where it's really helpful. Like, oh shit, something broke, or I want to upgrade, or I want to do this, or Canva's about to come out and I need to make thumbnails and I don't have the money for it. So, oh shit, somebody brought some t-shirts. Cool, that'll pay for Canva for another month. Like, so that I kind of just stay afloat here and there, but I'm definitely in the red when it comes to what I've invested to what I brought in, and I'm fine with that. I generally am. I love this equipment. I love what I have now. It has taken me now 8 years to be where I'm at right now. So I know you guys aren't you're watching this or you're listening to this, but I'm talking on a brand new microphone I just got. I just got these really nice Shure microphones. So before, like, I had really nice Shure mics, but they weren't travel friendly. They were like at-home podcast studio mics, and now I have these travel-friendly, high-quality microphones that I'm talking into. I have cameras that are super high quality that can fit in your pocket. I have a podcast setup mixing board that's literally the size of my hand that I can run a power bank that you would charge your phone on and record for hours. Like, I can bring this anywhere. I have it in a little travel bag with wheels, and I throw everything in there with the cables and everything, and I don't even need a power source. I can just go, and that's so much fucking fun, and it's so cool, and I love it so much, and I'm like right where I want to be. And now like I said, this is the time to push and not quit. You're there. And you know, and just going back to another moment, sorry, I'm trying to be positive and not all just negative with this whole thing, but another big one is just like feeling like, what's the point? Like, who cares? You're fucking, that's just like my Italian Irish self-doubt, where you're not popular. No one gives a shit about what you think. No one cares about what you say. And then I go out and I talk to people, and they're like, hey man, like, I just want to let you know, like, your drive and your push inspired me to do what I wanted to do, whether it's this or whether it's that, or hey man, I've been listening to your podcast, or I get a DM from someone from a different state or country or part of the world, and they're like, you inspired me. I like you, what you do. I like how you push. I like how you're real. I like how you keep yourself balanced and you're honest with yourself, but you stay genuine. And I hear moments like that, and I hear people tell me things like that, and man, that lights a fire under me. Sometimes that feedback is so needed in times where I'm just like, what's the fucking point? I should quit. And man, yeah, thank you. If you're the person who bought a t-shirt or subscribed or reached out, or you remember my Discord, or you generally watch my content and comment and like and just like share it, and you're just there, or you come to wrestling shows and you support, or like, it just means the fucking world. And I do have so many good people in that cult of ABJ of just like, you know who you are. I can do a whole podcast on just each member of you and what you mean to me, but it's just like, that is another reason why I didn't quit when I wanted to. I have somebody out there who has my fucking logo tattooed on their body. Like, how do you fucking quit and invest all this time, effort, and money and lose your fucking best friend, your wife, your dog, your house, your job, your car, go back to fucking zero in your late 30s, and someone fucking believes in you enough to tattoo your fucking initials on their body, and you've never met them? But they believe in you. They believe in your art. They believe in who you are. That's fucking powerful, man. Like, wow. Like, how do you fucking quit? Like, even if you want to, how can you? When you have that one person or two people or a handful of people who just genuinely fucking believe in you. I'm trying not to get emotional. I'm trying not to tear up and cry like a little baby, like a little bitch. But yeah, other moments that really push me to not want to quit. And I'm not telling you these things to do it or to quit or to give up on your dreams. I'm just trying to show you that you're not alone in your journey, whether it's living life, whether it's your job, whether it's anything you're pushing your abilities or your creativeness to, or you want to start something creative, or you don't want to live a 9-to-5 mundane life, and you, outside of that 9-to-5 mundane life, you want a hobby, you want something to say is yours, you want to leave a legacy, you want to create something that goes into the universe. Like, to me, that's important. I can't be a person who just does a 9-to-5 forever, comes home, watches TV, goes to bed, and just does work again the next day. I want to go have experiences. I want to have stories. Like, people are like, dude, you're so full of shit, dude. How do you have all these stories? Because I put myself into the world to have them. I can't just sit around. I want to go experience things. I need that. I need that excitement. I need that thrill. I need that, just go figure something out, or dive into a lifestyle or a community or a job or a scene and just learn about it. I fucking love that. Like, it drives me, it motivates me. Like the wrestling thing, man. Like, that scene and behind this, that's a whole nother podcast for a future episode, but like that whole scene and just learning about it and experiencing things is so fascinating. you have to be careful what you talk about because you don't want to kill the business or protect bad people. That's essentially why people say that. Yeah. So creative burnout is another huge thing. So when you're creating and you're putting all this stuff out there and you're grinding and it's just not hitting, or you feel stuck or you feel lost, or you're wondering if this style is going to work or that style is going to work. I just kind of want to dive into that. So different styles, man. I'm doing the Not Cool in High School one and I'm putting so much effort into it, but the Bangin' Beers one is like, I'm just drinking and hanging out with friends and people are vibing to it. So why the fuck am I putting all this effort into this one with this one? Well, I have 6 people who really like this one and they don't like the beer, but I want that person to be involved. Oh, the wrestling one's really blowing up, but these people don't like wrestling. Oh, well, I gotta fucking take more time away from my personal life to make this a thing because its content is right here and right now doing better. And that was a struggle of trying to balance it all. And I was just like, for the most part, why can't I just push it all together? I wish I would have had that back in the day where I just pushed it all together, but it was mostly like I didn't want to feel like I had an ego and just make it my name and my brand and be like, well, welcome to the ABJ show and here's all of my co-hosts that are here for me and the branding is me and it's me. I didn't want to be that way. I wanted it to be a team effort, but yeah, it was tough. It was difficult of just trying to find a style that works and find what's hitting and not hitting and what's popular or not popular, but also staying true to myself of not chasing trends or just grifting, online grifting, where you don't even really care about what you're fucking talking about, but you know it's a talking point people are going to want, and that's what the algorithms want you to do, and everyone's making that piece of content, and everyone's searching it, and you add your name to the hat, and hopefully your name gets drawn where somebody finds your video because you're all talking about the same thing, but you don't even really fucking care about it. You're just kind of regurgitating everyone else's bullshit and putting your spin on it, and I didn't want to do that either. And if I did do that, I wanted to be passionate about what I was talking about, so it came through. Like, I'm a fucking Ninja Turtles fan. I'm a Batman fan. I like horror movies. So if 100 people are talking about this brand new movie, sure, I should probably be part of that trend, but at least in that trend, it's something I care about. It's not just fucking doing it because that's what is popular. And there's nothing wrong with people who do that. Like, I'm not judging people. If that's your style of content and that's what you do, and I'm not attacking anyone. It's just not for me. And that's where I struggle because what I want and what I want to do and the art I want to make is not hitting, and I'm aware it's not going to hit. You know what I mean? And that's, do I stay true to my art, or do I succumb and become what everyone wants you to be so you can grow? And that's tough. That's tough too. And just feeling stuck or lost in that process of, your mental health is going to take a dip. Your creativity is going to take a dip. You're going to be like, I'm putting all this effort into it, and it's all this money and all this time away from all these people, and they don't want to be around me, and I'm losing everything, and the fuck am I doing this for? Like, when I went through my divorce, I literally, in this room I'm here now, is my old living room that I had personalized for growing up, and it turned into like a space, and then I moved back in, and it was filled with just hoarder yarn and just craziness, and I cleaned it all out and I made it my space again. And I remember I put all that work in, and my body wasn't good. I was struggling. My mental health was gone. I was going through a divorce. I missed my dog. I missed my ex-wife. I missed my life. I missed my house. I missed my space. I was in an uncomfortable spot with people I didn't really want to be around, or I was struggling with if we were even compatible to be around each other, tensions of that, and living in a household that I just worked so hard to get away from, and now I'm back and doing it for the betterment of my family, to help out and try to help them get along. And the world's tough and everything's expensive, and you can't really go do anything, and hard to make money in my small town and get ahead without killing yourself or breaking your body to do so, which I physically couldn't do. It was hard. It was really hard. And I was just sitting there, and I'm like contemplating horrible thoughts of like, I just want to give up everything. I don't want to be around. I want to stop. Like, what the fuck am I doing this for? Like, I just got fucking 3 views on this video. No one watched it. And you invested 2 hours of editing and sacrifice and time putting the guests together, and the guest you even had didn't even fucking share it. What are you doing? Why are you fucking doing this to yourself? That's hard. That's really hard. That's probably the biggest one, is when you're like, man, I really man, it's hard. It's and I had to just not I had to bury it. I had to say, like, who cares what other people... I don't care if my guest doesn't share it. I'm passionate about them. I put the energy to say that, man, I really like you. I want to hear your story. I'm passionate about you. And whether you fucking care about me or not, I'm happy of our conversation. I'm happy of what we put together. I'm happy with that. That conversation is art to me. The way I structured it, the way I kept it going, the way I made the back and forth connection. To you, it was probably nothing, but to me, it meant the world. And I had to stop caring who watched it, because it was, to me, it was something I can go back and rewatch. And for me, I was proud of it. And I had to be more proud of my moments and be more proud of my structure and more proud of what I've come through and where I've been, and proud of going through the struggles and going through the loss and going through what I went through and being like, man, it made me so much stronger as a human. But yeah, real life pressures get involved, where your work, your life, your mental health, your relationships, your energy, feeling like your content is not real. It's not going to be real life stability. Like you're getting older. Are you going to be a fucking YouTuber at 60 years old? Are you going to be a YouTuber at 70? You're about to turn 40 years old this year. This is the halfway point of your life. Is this what you want to be? Is this the young man's game? And then you go and research it, like, nah, man, there's people my age and older doing it, and they're passionate, and they're hungry, and people are connecting to it, and they're finding their tribe. I think people look at the young man game side of content creating, and they're like, oh, well, that's what content space is all young people, and it's not. There's tons of different age groups and people, and there's so many fucking humans out there. You just gotta find yours, and it'll fucking come. And yeah, just finding people that you relate to is hard. Finding your people is hard. Finding your supporters are hard. But when you find them, man, is it rewarding. Self-doubt is another one I struggled with early on, even with the wrestling space and going to shows and making content and walking in and being kind of ashamed of being the content creator and podcaster and being 30 some years old. It was embarrassing. I was ashamed of it. I didn't feel like I was worth people's time. Like, why am I bothering people? Like, because everyone else around me, I just watched how other content creators conducted themselves and the way they went about things and the way they talked about themselves and the way they overinflated themselves and made themselves feel like they were these big stars when in reality they really weren't. In a drop of the bucket of things, I guess I zoom out too much. Like, I look at like the world in a grain of sand and I zoom out Google Earth and zoom out and zoom out and zoom out, and I'm like, nobody gives a fuck. Like, you're a speck of dust in a universe, and you think you're that fucking important, and that sucks. Like, are you even good at what you do? This person's so much better. This person has nicer stuff. This person, like, comparing yourself to others and just feeling like you're behind the 8 ball all the time, like you're never gonna grow, and just really comparing yourself to others and questioning if you're talented or questioning if this is something for you. That's tough. That's really hard. That's another reason why so many people quit or want to quit, or they come across that as a content creator. And yeah, that's a real hard pill to swallow. Or like, you enter a room as a content creator in like a wrestling space, and you're like, oh, this is a legend of the business. And then he's like, listen, man, I do these podcasts, and you guys are fucking jabronis, and I fucking hate all of you, and I wish all of you would go away. And you're like, I just want to capture your story. He's like, well, I'm sick of telling my same story over and over and over again. And in their mind and their grand scheme of things, like, I do the same 5 questions on the same podcast over and over and over again. And I agree with them, and that's annoying and that's boring. But not every podcast has the same audience. There's so many humans out there, and every time someone hears your story, it's not, you just kind of think in your self-isolated ecosystem and echo chamber and bubble that your 6 people are listening to your 6 interviews over and over and over again. And that may be the case, but the person you're giving your time to has also acquired an audience, and it's the first time I've ever heard of you, have talked about you, and you have to kind of humble yourself to do that too. And but it's hard to explain that to people and without coming off as a dick or, hey man, just like slow the fuck down. But yeah. Content creation reality. Most people quit, and it's the invisible stuff that people don't realize, or the kind of moments that I just went through. Wrestling, it's the same thing. You work so hard to train and put your character out there, and you realize that there's so many people chasing the same apple, and there's not enough apples for everybody. But do you say, well, do I want to put the work in to fight for that apple, or do I just quit and go find something else, or just fall in line, or like the movies of Roddy Piper and They Live, just fall in line, get in line, get in the cog, do your job, make the world keep spinning, and don't try to step out of it, and don't be creative, and don't chase that one apple. There's a lot of apples out there. You just have your sights set on just that one that everyone's chasing. Go find your own field. Go get your own seed. Plant your own tree. It's going to take a lot more work and a lot more grind and a lot more passion and desire, but I promise you it's there. Anything you create, anything you want to do, you stop comparing yourself to other people. Stop putting yourself in these mental barriers. Your mind is your own worst enemy. And I had to learn that through self-help books and researching and just kind of personal loss and struggles. It's coming. And most people are right there. They're right there, and they quit right before they do it. Every single celebrity I've researched, every single success story I've listened to, or everything I've ever dove into, they all say, man, like, I was going to quit. And I'll tell you this right now, I should have. But if I didn't, I wouldn't be right here right now. You listening to this interview, you researching me, finding out how I got here, it's because I just didn't quit. I stuck through it. It took 10, 20, 30 years. It took some people 3 minutes, but it just, your journey's different from everybody else. And and that's kind of the turning point, why I didn't quit. Because of people like you who are going into your ear holes and your eyes right now. Thank you. This is when it sucks and I struggle with all this. The handful of people who do watch this, like I'll Raz, Ted, Colette will DM me every single time she listens to a podcast, and I don't always respond because I'm busy or I have so much going on, and I apologize. I'm not ignoring you, but I want you to know that those messages mean the world. And everyone else who DMs me, if it seems like I'm ignoring you, or comment sections, it's just I have so much going on. I struggle. And it's nothing personal, and please don't take it that way. But like you telling me 6 or 7 moments of the podcast that stood out to you, or why you liked it, or leaving a comment, like it's like, all right, keep going. That's amazing. You've invested so much into me. You know what I'm saying? And that means the world. Moments. I've had so many fucking crazy moments and reconnections with people I love, and did things that I would never have done if I would have quit, like in world of wrestling and content creating and recording in locations that I would have never dreamed of, and between recording in haunted prisons or breweries, or being invited to a brewery that you respect's millionth can of their most popular beer. They want you as a content creator to be there. Being welcomed into wrestling shows and wrestling conventions, and hosting wrestling conventions, and being welcomed a part of creative teams, and having moments where you're in battle royals, or wrestlers are wearing your merchandise while they're in death matches and bleeding all over your white t-shirt. Being a part of WrestleMania weekend in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and the home of one of the biggest wrestling cities of the world, with one of the coolest wrestling stores, Suplex Vintage Wrestling, believing in you and paying you more money than you've ever made in your entire life, and giving you a weekly paycheck just to fucking make art because they believe in you. Man, that doesn't happen. The friendships, the connections I made with people like Raz over in Australia, who him and his wife paid for me to go to fucking London for a week. So go my first ever wrestling pay-per-view in Wembley Stadium, which is a stadium that like was a fucking dream come true. I got to walk on the pitch of Wembley Stadium. I got to see my first wrestling pay-per-view. I got to watch my 2 favorite wrestlers at the time, Adam Cole and MJF, open the show and close the show. Like, and that weekend we lost Terry Funk and Bray Wyatt, and like, it was sad, but it was like, man, I'm fucking here. I'm walking the streets the Beatles walked. I'm in England. I'm at the birthplace of fucking punk rock in Camden. Like, I'm touching the Amy Winehouse statue. I'm seeing David Bowie murals. Like, I'm walking across Abbey Road. I'm in Abbey Road Studios. Like, that doesn't happen if I fucking quit. That doesn't happen if I turn this microphone off, or learn how to edit, or grind, or go into a Discord when I don't want to fucking talk to people and I want to still self-isolate. But I just go into a Discord community and I'm there to talk to someone who needs it for 15, 20 minutes. None of those moments happen without you, and without you not quitting or not believing in yourself. You know what quitting feels like. We've all done it. We've all quit so many times. I quit the football team. I worked so hard to be a kicker, and I wanted to break a school record. And it sounds stupid, but I wanted that fucking school record. I wish I would have fucking just stuck it out, and hopefully they would have gave me a shot, or I could have went out there and did something, and just, even if I was a fucking bench warmer, like, maybe they'll give me the shot and I can just fucking put one through, because I knew if they put the ball in front of me, I was going to kick the fucking laces off that ball, and I would have had a school record, and I would have had my little part of history and legacy and my moment that people would have remembered. Maybe 2 or 3 people would have remembered for the next 10 years, and 2 people remembering your name is a cool idea and a cool thought. And I quit, and I quit jobs, and I quit relationships, and I quit friendships, and I quit your dreams, and I quit all of that. And it's so easy to quit. You can just fucking say, fuck it, I quit, and then just move on to the next thing. As an ADHD person, man, it's super easy to fucking quit, because I'll just immediately latch onto something else and keep going. But growing that foundation and building something, I can't. At this point, I can't. I built so much. I've laid so many bricks down. I've cleared out so much debris and rubble. I built something fresh, like, and I've torn it down and rebuilt it again, like, with the things I've learned from the past. Evolving instead of stopping is huge, and don't fucking do it. Just, that's the biggest thing. Find what you're passionate about. Find what you love. Whether it's even if it's like raising your kids, or just fucking being with someone you care about, or anything. If it means something to you, don't quit it. Research, take a step back, breathe, listen to a self-help book, find something, go to therapy, talk to someone. I mean, I don't do therapy, but I probably should. This is my therapy. You guys are my therapy. This microphone's my therapy. Yeah, but don't fucking quit. I promise you, cool things are coming. Quitting is always an option, but living with it is definitely worse. A lot of people fall and they fail. They just don't stop. And they're the ones you listen about, and they're the ones you learn about, and they're the ones who are willing to do that extra step that you're not willing to do. And that's why they're there. And then when you get there, you're going to have people who doubt you, saying, man, you got lucky. Man, you don't deserve it. But they don't know what your path was. And then when you get to that level, don't quit again because someone's because you're believing in this fake bullshit that people are telling you. You worked hard. You're still here. You're trying. You're already ahead of most people because you want to do it, and because you tried, and because you bought the thing that you want to create with. Yeah, it's important. It's really important. If you showed up here today and you made it this far, thank you. Thank you for supporting. The links are below. You can follow me on all social media. This is where I'm going to do the stupid content creator thing, and I'm finally going to look at the camera a little bit because I just zoomed out and just talked. This is essentially what these episodes are going to be when I do solo ones. This is very vulnerable for me. This is very hard. I never have really done solo stuff like this, and I hope it was good. I hope it was enjoyable. I hope you got something out of it. I'm gonna switch them up every now and then. You might see, BP come out and we do the history of insert wrestler or moment. So there's gonna be some wrestling based ones. There's gonna be me talking like this. There's gonna be ones where I talk about a movie or pop culture or something that's going on, or maybe just me and somebody else pick up a topic and talk about it. Maybe I interview people. I don't know. I don't know what the format of this is gonna be, and I don't really want one. I know this what you're hearing now is definitely gonna be the main driving force of the podcast, is me just kind of finding a topic, hitting record, and just talking until I no longer want to hear myself. and that's going to be kind of the thing. I do have some ideas that I have out there. So I have what I wish I knew in my 20s as a topic, being the weird kid or the outsider growing up, how wrestling has changed my life, why I've refused to be fake for success, the truth about intrusive thoughts is there. Depression doesn't always look like sadness, the pressure of trying to make your dreams work, how humor became my coping mechanism, learning to love and like yourself, why my podcast didn't blow up, small creator problems no one talk about, why I'm building the cult of ABJ. So I have all these different topics that I wrote down that I want to talk about in the future. This another one, the difference between fame and respect for me, protecting your vision of your brand. That's just like 15 different ones I have written down. So that's kind of what to look forward to in the future. Go buy a t-shirt. If you buy a t-shirt, make sure you tag me in it. The new website that I have t-shirts on, I'm allowed to have up to 15 products. And then I can pay a $10 a month subscription and put more. I don't think I need more than 50 products, to be completely honest. I will rotate things in and out. If it's wintertime, I will always leave t-shirts and hoodies up. T-shirts, hoodies, and snapback hats are not going anywhere. And for the most part, stickers. For the 5, what I will say the main brand is the ABJ logo, the 5 Questions with ABJ logo, the I Love ABJ logo because people really like it, the Cult of ABJ, and the sigil, the ABJ sigil. Those 5 things, trend there, are going to be the main 5 things that won't go anywhere. They're always going to have t-shirts, hoodies, patches, and stickers, magnets. And then every now and then I'll throw in a bonus t-shirt for the month that you can check out. Right now, the shirt that will go away at the end of this month is going to be the ABJ Hub. Maybe I'll extend it another month because this content's coming out and people are going to be maybe listening to it or going there. But the ABJ Hub, which is the Pornhub logo, just not saying that, is the main one. The new t-shirts are all going to have, if it's not an ABJ logo on the shirt, the ABJ logo will be on the left sleeve. If it's an ABJ logo, the left sleeve will have a keystone, a Pennsylvania keystone on it. And every t-shirt on the tag will have the Cult of ABJ logo on the inside of the shirt. I think that's a cool feature. I like it. I'm really pumped about these t-shirts, this branding. And anytime you buy something, it alerts me that I can see who ordered it. I can see if it's tracking. If you're like, I can be in contact with the customer and the company of like, yo, these people haven't gotten their shit yet. Why are you taking so long? Like before with other websites, I couldn't do that. This is way better. And then I can do like personalized cameos where when you order something, it tells me you ordered it, what size and what you bought. And I can be like, hey man, thank you so much for buying this t-shirt in this color. And I hope you really like it. And I think that's really cool. And I'll share some of those videos of me thanking people on my social media, but it will be personally sent to you as well after you order something. And I think that's very important to keep connected with the people who are going to spend their hard-earned money to buy your stuff. There's also a donation tab if you want to leave a tip or a donation. That's available on my merch page. So even if you don't want to buy something and you're like, hey, I want to go and drop ABJ $5 or $10 and buy him a beer while he's out and about, you could do that. Tips and donations help more than you know. Sometimes I go to wrestling shows and I don't have money to eat. And I show up and I work and I come home and then I finally eat after 12, 13, 14 hours. So yeah, that goes a long way. It also has access to my YouTube and my TikTok and Instagram are the 3 that are on there. But follow me on social media. When you see a post of mine, don't just scroll by. Hit like, share it, like it, repost it. It goes a long way. It helps. It helps more than you know. Join the Discord community. If you don't like Discord, I have a Facebook community. If you don't like Facebook or Discord, I have a Patreon community. The Patreon is very, very small. I have it just set right now for general support. I don't even know what it looks like. I think you can just click on it for free, or you can just say, I want to donate $1, or I want to give you $15 a month or $1,000 a month. There's no tier system. It's whatever you want to do, and then you have access. I don't know what I'm going to put on there when it comes to bonus stuff for people. It's just, like I said, a general support tab. I do also have the YouTube one for $5 is like the tier. You could do $1, or which is like general support, and you get stickers and a special thing for live streams, or you do $5 and you get bonus content. So this will be a bonus content for people for a few days before it drops for everybody else. But I have months and months ahead of reviews of books and beer and movies and 5 questions with people that, if you're a member, you're going to see way before everybody else. So I'm trying my best to stay ahead of content so people who pay extra money get perks and rewards. Maybe we'll do some giveaways with t-shirts or hoodies or whatever it may be. But thank you all so much for tuning in to the rebrand of ABJ, and I hope you liked it. I hope the solo podcast was fun. I hope it wasn't boring. I hope my tone wasn't boring. This is me self-doubting again. This is why I quit. Don't do that. You did enjoy it. I fucking know you loved it because I'm amazing. No, that's too much. Dial it back. Thank you. Just seriously, if you made it this far, thank you. I appreciate you. I love you. I appreciate, and like, I hope to reach out and communicate with you and talk to you in the comment section or in DMs. It's always open. Let's have some conversations. Let's grow. Let's have some fun. We'll see you guys out there. Bye.